welcome. My name is Ken Brasington, and I'm here with Mayor Joe Schember, who is running for re-election. Mr. Mayor, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate the opportunity with you.
First of all, Mayor Schember, tell us why you are running for re-election.
Well, Ken, as you know, I'm a lifelong Erie resident. I was born and raised here, and I love this community. My team and I have a mission and a vision. The mission is just 6 words: build opportunity, restore hope, transform Erie. Our vision is 2 sentences. Erie is a community of choice. We celebrate our rich cultural diversity, our welcoming, vibrant neighborhoods, our world-class downtown and bayfront, and our excellent education for everyone, and our abundance of good family-sustaining jobs. We want to transform Erie and make it better for decades to come. We've accomplished and learned a lot in our first 4 years. The rate of improvement will increase many times in the next 4 years. Just wait and see.
You mentioned your team, as you always do. How does your team help the city improve so much?
Well, my team is an incredible, diverse group. They have all bought into the mission and the vision. Everything we do is helping our vision become reality. The team shows the value of diversity because it includes an African-American male, Michael Outlaw, a female, New American, Meekin Astari Carpenter, and Kathy Rosdick, a woman, is the City of Erie's first ever planner, and she created the first city planning department. She didn't do this by hiring new employees, but she combined 4 existing departments. Here are a couple of other examples of the diversity of my team. My chief of staff, the #1 person, is a woman, Renee Lamus. And Deb Smith is the first African-American woman to become director of the city's Department of Economic and Community Development. I was very proud to appoint her to that. These are just a few examples of the diversity of the city staff.
You have surrounded yourself with good people.
Thank you.
How can you measure the success you're having with implementing your 5-point vision for Erie?
That's exactly why my team and I announced this document called Activating Our Vision. We did this in January of 2020. It includes 26 measurable goals, all related to one of the 5 elements of our vision. For instance, under rich cultural diversity, one goal is that we attain 26% minority representation on our new non-bargaining hires and on appointments to our authorities, boards, and commissions. 21 of these goals should be accomplished by year end. We've actually already accomplished 4 of them. That's about 20%. If you'd like to read more about this goal, just go to the city's website, look for Activating Our Vision.
And what have you done to improve the police department's community relations?
Our police chief, Dan Spizzarni, and his deputy chiefs are all committed to valuing Erie's diversity and treating everyone equally. It has been frustrating that it has been so difficult to make our police department look more like the community, but we are working hard at that, and it will not happen overnight. The biggest thing we are doing is called the Police Athletic League. It's led by Sergeant Tom Lennox. About 80 of our police officers meet regularly with junior high and senior high students in Erie's public schools. They do that to help them with their homework, they play sports with them, but most importantly, they build good relationships. This is a long-term process that will help transform Erie. Many of the 600 youngsters they work with want to be police officers when they grow up.
Mr. Mayor, you have created a Citizen Response Center back in 2018. Has this been helpful?
Yes, a fellow by the name of Moss Sala runs our Citizen Response Center. His phone number is very easy to remember. It's 814-870-1111. We encourage citizens to call this phone number with any questions, suggestions, complaints, or compliments about city services. Moss gets 250 to 300 calls per month. He works hard with all city departments to get answers, usually within a day. Moss handles many of these calls himself. If a department does not respond within 5 days, he lets me know, and that does not happen very often. When I'm out and about, I get nothing but good responses and comments about our Citizen Response Center.
And you have established a new LERTA. That was back in July of 2018. After working for 18 months with the county and school district, this has been done. How do you measure the success you agreed to a goal of reaching at least $20 million within the first 2 years? You're about 1 year and 9 months into it, and how is it going?
You know, LRTA has been an incredible and transforming experience for Erie. In the first 21 months, we have had LRTA applications for over $85 million in renovation and new construction in the city of Erie. I believe that by the time we reach the 2-year mark, we will be over $100 million in new projects, which is 5 times the goal we set with the county and the school district. This has been extremely successful.
And before you became mayor, you worked for over 40 years in banking and financial services. What have you done to improve the city finances?
Well, Ken, the city has 3 major financial problems when I took office. First is a pension problem, second is a debt problem, and third is an actual structural deficit, and that means the city's expenses were growing at about 10 times the rate of city revenue. The city's annual contribution to the pensions was growing by $1.65 million on average per year because of inaccurate interest rate assumptions in the city's pension plan. We solved this by making the pension interest rate assumptions realistic. There have been no increases for 2020 or the 2021 budget as a result of that decision. We added the city's debt problem. We addressed that by accepting a $98.2 million prepayment of lease from the Erie Water Authority. $79 million of this we're using to pay down debt. That will save the city $4.5 million in payments every year for the next 19 years. Because of this action, we expect no increases in city income or real estate taxes for the next 5 years. Have you ever heard a mayor say that before? My team and I will be working hard for the next 5 years. What we're working on now is to increase city's revenue by bringing more jobs and more people to Erie. We are also addressing the structural deficits by implementing much lower salary increases for non-union employees and negotiating much lower salary increases, lower than the 3% annual increase as we negotiate with the 4 unions. With all these actions, we have reduced the city's future expenses by over $6 million per year already.
No, I never have heard a mayor say that before. As a citizen of Erie, I certainly welcome that.
Thank you.
During the first 6 months of 2019, you ran the People's Supper program. Tell us about that and how it helps Erie.
Ken, that People's Supper was an incredible experience. It's a national program that holds dinners across the country to help communities unite and work together. They usually hold one dinner and then move to the next city. We asked them to hold a series of 7 dinners over a 6-month period. Participants in these dinners included about 20 African Americans, 20 Hispanic Americans, 20 New Americans, and 20 White Americans, a very diverse group. The result of these dinners and the conversations that took place at them was incredible. We developed strong, trusting relationships. These were built and they continue to today. Participants in the People's Supper formed the Better Together Council. Their mission is to transform Erie by helping other people, especially young people, experience what they did in early 2019.
Please tell us about other accomplishments you've had during your first term as mayor.
We've been helping small businesses in many, many ways, including with 3 new grant programs, the Flagship Fund, the Commodore Fund, and Facade Grants. We implemented Kiva to help minority and women business owners get started. Others for business include Paramount Pursuits, new program in Erie, and the Small Business Development Program. We also doubled the revolving loan fund, which makes loans to businesses at very low interest rates. It was $7 million when we took over. It's now up to $13.7 million, almost double. We also created a full-time grant writer, Abigail Skinner. She's brought in over $50 million in grant funds into the city in the first 3 years. We also implemented body cameras and car cameras for police 9 months ago. That's having an incredible effect. We achieved certified welcoming status, and we increased our municipal equality index from 34 to 80. We're implementing Secure Smart City program, and we're in the planning stages right now for the $79 million in ARP funding that will be coming to us from the federal government.
Well, this has been great information today. How can people learn more about you?
Well, it's very easy. If you want to learn more, just visit joeschember.com or go to Facebook at Re-elect Mayor Joe Schember.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Something I'd like to add. Great leaders have vision and are humble. And these are traits that you truly possess. And that's a tough combination to have. Vision along with humility. And that's why I, along with, I hope, everyone else, will be supporting you for your re-election for mayor of this great city of ours.
Thank you very much, Ken. You touched my heart with that. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you'd like to say before we're done for the evening?
Well, Ken, besides you and your family and your daughter Natalie especially, who I knocked over once when we were playing basketball together, I really love Erie and the diverse people we have here. If you re-elect me as mayor, I will continue to be open, honest, transparent, and accessible in everything that I do and say. Please help me make a better Erie for future generations by re-electing me as mayor of Erie on May the 18th. Thank you.